can't help you, the man said, his voice firm, almost practiced. The woman standing before him didn't argue. She just pulled her coat tighter around the child beside her. That was when his wife leaned closer and whispered two words that changed everything. "We must." And in that moment, a door opened, not just in the shop, but in a human heart. The evening was slow and quiet, the kind that made the world feel smaller than usual. Inside a modest neighborhood store, shelves half-filled and lights dimmed to save electricity, Daniel counted the register for the third time. Business hadn't been good lately. Every coin mattered. Behind him, his wife, Sarah, wiped the counter with gentle, familiar motions. They had built this little shop together years ago, with hope, prayer, and long nights of sacrifice. But lately, hope felt expensive. Outside, the cold had settled in early. People walked faster, heads down, hands in pockets. Winter had a way of reminding everyone what they lacked. The bell above the door rang softly. Daniel looked up and saw a woman standing hesitantly at the entrance. Her coat was thin, worn at the edges. Beside her stood a small boy, maybe 6 years old, holding onto her sleeve like it was the only safe thing left in the world. They didn't step in right away. They waited, as if unsure they were welcome. "Can I help you?" Daniel asked, already glancing back at the register. The woman nodded slowly. "I'm sorry to bother you," she said quietly. We were wondering if..." She stopped, her voice catching. The boy looked up at Daniel with wide, tired eyes. "We haven't eaten since yesterday," she finally said. Even bread would help. Daniel felt something tighten in his chest, but fear answered before kindness could. He thought of unpaid bills, the rent due next week, the supplier who had already warned him. "I can't," he said, shaking his head. "I am sorry. I really can't help you." The words fell heavy between them. The woman didn't cry. She didn't plead. She simply nodded, as if she had expected this answer all along. "Understand," she whispered. "Thank you for listening." She turned to leave, gently guiding the boy toward the door. The child looked back once more. "Thank you anyway," he said softly. The bell rang again as they stepped out into the cold. Daniel exhaled, rubbing his face. "We can't save everyone," he muttered, more to himself than anyone else. That's when he felt Sarah's hand on his arm. She hadn't said anything yet. She was looking at the door, her eyes fixed on the empty space where the woman and child had stood. Then she leaned closer and whispered, almost like a prayer, "We must." Daniel turned toward her. "Sarah, we barely..." "I know," she said gently. "But did you see the boy's shoes? They're soaked." And she didn't ask for much. Just bread. Daniel swallowed. "If we help everyone, what happens to us?" Sarah met his eyes. "And if we help no one, what happens to us then?" Her words lingered. Outside, through the fogged glass, Daniel saw them again. The woman and child standing by the streetlight, unsure which direction to go. Something shifted. Daniel grabbed a bag. "Wait," he called, pushing the door open. The woman turned, surprise flashing across her face. Daniel held out the bag. Inside was bread, warm soup, and a small packet of cookies. "I was wrong," he said quietly. "Please, take this." The woman's hands trembled as she accepted it. "Thank you," she whispered. "You don't know what this means." The boy smiled. Not a big smile, just enough to light up the cold night. As they walked away, Sarah watched them go, her eyes shining. That night, Daniel didn't count the register again. Instead, he stood quietly, feeling lighter than he had in months. Sometimes, kindness costs less than fear tells us. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness can change someone's world. If this story touched your heart, share it. Someone else might need it today.